Number 10 is the Rooivalk. Its development began in 1984. Although it looks like an entirely new machine, the Rooivalk is based on the South African Oryx utility helicopter, which in turn is a reverse-engineered and upgraded version of the French Aerospatiale Puma. It uses the same main rotor and engines, but in a slightly upgraded form. The Rooivalk carries a range of weapons depending on the mission profile. It is generally fitted with a nose-mounted 20mm cannon. It can also carry air-to-air missiles, anti-armor missiles, and unguided rockets. A pair of external seats can be fitted, allowing to pick up a crew of a downed helicopter or to transport Special Forces soldiers. Due to the harsh African environment, the Rooivalk has been designed to operate for prolonged periods without sophisticated support. Number 9 is the HAL Light Combat Helicopter. It was developed from the HAL RUF utility helicopter and has a maximum possible commonality to reduce development, production, and maintenance costs. This machine has several stealth features, such as a cockpit with a flat glass panel to reduce light reflections. This helicopter has a front-mounted target acquisition and designation system. It can be armed with various types of rockets and a 20mm turret-mounted cannon. Both the gun and turret were developed in France by Nexter. The main role of this ATAK helicopter are anti-infantry operations, anti-armor, scouting, and escort of vehicles and helicopters. Number 8 is the Mi-35M. The Mi-24 made its name for being reliable, easy, and cheap to maintain. However, refurbishment, upgrades, and modernization are necessary to keep them operational. Upgraded Mi-35M was first revealed in 1999. It's an export version of the Mi-24 VM. The MIL helicopter plant introduced a more modern Mi-28 helicopter back in the 1990s. However, many countries, including Russia, cannot replace their aging fleet of Mi-24 helicopters due to funding problems. It differs from the basic model by a main rotor system from the Mi-28. The main rotor's fiberglass blades have a new aerodynamic profile. These are lighter, but stronger due to titanium details. Armament depends on customer requirements. A nose turret is fitted with a GSH-231 23mm twin-barrel cannon. The cockpit and vital components are significantly armored. The Mi-35M has a payload capacity of a staggering 2,400 kilograms. It can carry 8 fully equipped troops. Number 7 is the Mi-28N. The Mi-28 is a Russian attack helicopter introduced in 1982. During the trials, it was reportedly defeated by the Ka-50. However, MIL received an order for a small batch, most likely to prevent the manufacturer from bankruptcy. The Mi-28 has a conventional helicopter gunship layout, with the pilot in the rear and the gunner in the front. It's armed with a 30mm cannon. The gun is identical to that of the BMP-2 and also uses the same munition. It also carries several 80mm unguided rockets and 16 anti-tank guided missiles. The crew compartment is well armored. It withstands hits from 12.7mm armor-piercing rounds and 20mm HE frag rounds. It is claimed that this helicopter cannot be defeated by a single anti-aircraft missile. Number 6 is the T-129B. The T-129 is a derivative of Italian A-129 Mangusta, which is modified to suit Turkish needs. The new helicopter also has upgraded engines, transmission, and rotor blades. It's much smaller and much lighter than contemporary US and Russian attack helicopters. It uses LH Tech CTS 800-4N engines that are manufactured in Turkey under license. It's a version of the T-800 engine, developed by Rolls-Royce and Honeywell. It's armed with a 20mm 3-barrel cannon in a nose turret. It can also carry Stinger missiles. These helicopters are capable of carrying UMTAS anti-tank guided missiles, which are similar to the Hellfire II. The first operational helicopters were delivered to the Turkish Army in 2015. Number 5 is the CAIC Z-10. The Z-10 is the first dedicated modern Chinese attack helicopter. Its development began in the mid-1990s. However, it is not as capable as the American Apache. It has some limited combat capabilities to fight enemy planes. The primary mission of the Z-10 is anti-armor and battlefield interdiction. It has a standard gunship configuration with a narrowed fuselage and stepped tandem cockpits. The fuselage has sloped sides to reduce radar cross-section. Its weapons consist of 30mm cannon, plus various types of missiles. It was delivered to the Chinese Army in around 2009 and 2010. It also has been exported to Pakistan. Number 4 is the AH-1Z Viper. It's a direct derivative of the AH-1W. One of the main external differences from the AH-1W is a composite 4-blade main rotor, instead of the previous, which was 2-bladed. However, due to these flying characteristics has improved a lot. It reduced vibrations by up to 70%. It can operate in any weather condition. The fuselage of the helicopter and external components were coated to avoid corrosion during long service close to the sea. The armament of the Viper is very flexible. It's enhanced by helmet-mounted sight and also a display system. The AH-1Z can carry about 2 tons of various weapons. Typically, it carries up to 16 Hellfire anti-tank missiles and pods with 70mm unguided rockets. Number 3 is the Eurocopter Tiger. Development of the Tiger started during the Cold War to meet French and German requirements. It was initially intended as an anti-tank helicopter platform to be used against Soviet ground invasion of Western Europe. During its prolonged development, the USSR collapsed, but France and Germany chose to proceed with the Tiger, developing it instead as a multi-role attack helicopter. The first Tiger entered German and French service in 2002 and 2003 respectively. The Tiger has the distinction of being the first composite helicopter developed in Europe for an advanced battlefield operations in the typical European scenario. The fuselage of the Tiger is made from 80% carbon fiber reinforced polymer and Kevlar, 11% aluminum, and 6% titanium. It's armed with a 30mm cannon with up to 450 rounds. On each of its 2 inner and outer hardpoints, the Eurocopter Tiger can carry a combination of various other weapons, like spike missiles or 20mm automatic cannon. The Tiger is capable of undertaking a wide range of combat missions and can operate during day or night in all weather conditions. It has been designed to include operations in the aftermath of nuclear, biological, or chemical warfare. Number 2 is the Ka-52. The Ka-52 Alligator is a multi-role, all-weather attack helicopter capable of operating in any kind of environment. The Ka-52 is one of the fastest attack helicopter due to its coaxial, contra-rotating main rotors. It can be recognized from the previous Ka-50 by a wider nose and a twin-seat cockpit. Seats are arranged side by side. This helicopter can also be used as a trainer. Both pilots have full control of the helicopter. Such arrangement also simplifies the work during the fight. The Ka-52 retained all combat capabilities of its predecessor. It's armed with a side-mounted 30mm cannon. There are 6 external hardpoints for different combinations of weapons, including various anti-tank missiles. For anti-armor missions, it's armed with up to 12 VIC missiles. They have a range of up to 10,000 meters and can penetrate up to 1,000 millimeters of steel armor behind explosive reactive armor, so those missiles are capable of defeating even the best armored vehicles. Number 1 is the AH-64. The E version of the AH-64 is the latest version of this attack helicopter. It has a number of upgrades, including more powerful engines. It is armed with a 30mm M230 cannon with 1,200 rounds of munition. Armament is being tailored depending on mission requirements. There are numerous features to protect the crew and increase the survivability of the helicopter. It has an infrared suppressing exhaust system and is equipped with chaff and flare dispensers. Both of these features combined reduce the chance of being hit by enemy air defense missiles. The airframe is capable to withstand hits from guns of up to 12.7mm caliber. Its composite rotor blades are designed to withstand hits from 23mm anti-aircraft cannons. The maximum speed of this helicopter is up to 300 km/h.